So what we learned today is maybe some birds aren't real. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. I am Stephen M, back on your screen again. Thanks for stopping in. And today we have some TikTok videos that are so gut-wrenching that you might want to have a change of underoos sitting beside yous. Okay? We have the truth about rabies. We have government experiments. We have Mandela effects. We have black-eyed children. We have spy pigeons. And you're going to want to see what goes down at the end, so stick around. Are you ready? All right, roll the footage.
A photographer in the United States in Florida and a photographer in Australia were able to photograph the moon at the exact same time. So my boy Cooley said, "Hey, Globey McGlobeface, any answers to help us flat earthers here?" And Globey says, "The United States and Australia are on the same side of the earth." Oops, just pick up a globe, and Celestial does confirm this. He lied. What? Globey, why are you lying? You can even Google this. Look, the opposite of the United States is the Indian Ocean, right in between Australia and Africa. On the exact opposite side of the globe from New York is Australia, but from Florida, it's like the Indian Ocean. So look, here's the United States. Okay, I don't see Australia anywhere on this side of this globe. But when I go over to the other side of the globe, there's Australia. So, Globey, what the heck are you talking about?
Like, who doesn't know that? Well, that's kind of like a no shit statement, and I think that's one of the flat earthers' biggest or best arguments. Rather, should be. I think I said this before. If we can see the sun and the moon during the day, through the whole day, which we can sometimes, what are they seeing in Australia? Considering it's on the other side of the globe? I don't know the answer to that question. I recently found out I have a cousin in Australia who I don't even know at all. Didn't even know they exist. Maybe I'll find out. Maybe I'll get back to you. I don't know. And then we'll get a solid answer hole from Globey McGlobeface. Apparently he's affectionately named.
Think of people's canes. Remember everybody used to have a cane? And they'd have like a really cool bronze cane? They were grounding. I'm trying to figure out grounding in the winter. Just touch a tree. Yes. Perfect example. If you have to ground in the winter and it's cold by you, just take your hands and put them around the tree. Or you can just kind of lean up to it. You can put your head on it. I mean, there's a lot of different things you can do. You know, you can even touch a little bit of water. You can just put your hand. It might be a little cold, but your body will adjust.
Or touch grass, as they say.
You know, that's the other thing. Cold is actually good for the body. Think about, if you think about the season.
No, it's not.
The cold part of this is actually beneficial to our body, because if we're hot all the time, we're just burning through salt and we're burning through electric the entire time. So a little bit of cooling can actually be very beneficial. You can use walking sticks as well. Think of people's canes. Remember everybody used to have a cane and they'd have like a really cool bronze cane, and then they would go down with a piece of wood and they would stick that into the earth. They were grounding themselves the entire time. But now the new canes have rubber on the bottom. I wonder why they put rubber on that, because that blocks up that ability for that energy to go right into the earth and then go right back into the hand. So if you think about all these canes and all the things that they use, it's all plastic now and polymers. They're blocking up the life force energy. But wood doesn't conduct as much as, say, metal. So usually what they would do is they'd put, like, for example, copper on the top. You grab on that, that's the top of the cane, that would connect to wood, that would go into the earth. And then as the person would walk around, they were grounding with their cane.
Usually I agree with a lot of this guy's stuff, but I don't know about this one. They probably put rubber on the bottom of canes so they don't slide. I mean, way back whenever, there probably wasn't paved and brick roads everywhere, so you really need to be walking through grass or on dirt. You just don't want wood on a sidewalk. It's gonna mess it up. So that's probably the reason. I don't think it was that diabolic, even though pharmaceutical companies, which apparently a cane would fall under that bracket. Remember Chris Rock's like, I can't walk. Here's a chair. I told you I can't walk. You sent me to a furniture store.
I'm paralyzed. What you got? why don't you take this chair and roll your ass around town? Is that all the fuck you guys a goddamn chair? Where the fuck I'm supposed to take this prescription? To a furniture store, motherfucker?
So there's that. But I don't think that's the reason. And winter sucks. Winter's terrible. I mean, what about people? People in Miami seem to be doing just fine without the cold visiting them, or further south of the equator. You know, even though they are flocking here in droves. Okay, maybe he's onto something. We need to be more grounded. Hug a tree in the winter and have a cane with no rubber on.
I have a theory that the Mandela effect is used to see how much of history can be altered in front of our eyes. Here's a prime example of one of that. There's this woman on TikTok who was going crazy because she swore the Fruit of the Loom had a cornucopia logo. And to the point that even Fruit of the Loom themselves put a timeline of all their logos and it never had a cornucopia. And this woman went hard. Her therapist told her, yo, you need to chill out. You need to just drop this. So she went through all of her old clothing, and lo and behold, she found a shirt with the Fruit of the Loom with the cornucopia logo on it. That shows me, like, yo, I think the Mandela effect is an operation that's running around right now to see how much of history can be altered right in front of our eyes without us noticing. And then they gaslight the public and be like, nope, this never happened. Damn, I didn't think about it like that. Yeah, bro, people are thinking about it very little, like, oh, it's the Berenstain Bears or the Berenstein Bears or Jiffy or Jif's peanut butter. No, it's much larger than that, guys. They're using this to see, oh, if we can get people to forget certain primary things about their childhood, what can we do with history?
I agree with them 100%. I do think that is the reason. Maybe a new Mandela effect is that it's actually Mandela effect, because I could have swore it was Nelson Mandela, but had to look into that. You'd think more people would be going crazy, except for this one lady who, you went crazy because you're like, no, I firmly remember this and I'm gonna figure this shit out, and found the shirt. Somebody did find, because the Ford logo has this curly Q in the F now. I don't remember having that weird looking curly Q thing, and someone else dug up a key from like the 50s or something. Is like, boom, right there. It's kind of the same thing as the cornucopia thing. Like, I firmly remember the cornucopia, but yeah, I think they're just like, yeah, they probably figured out a lot of like time travel and stuff, and they're like, dude, let's just mess with these idiots, because yeah, why not? We got all the money, all the power in the world. Let's just mess with these little goofballs, because we do not give a shit about them.
Shrouded in mystery, the purpose and origin of the Toynbee tiles has remained unknown since their first appearance in the early 80s. These unique linoleum mosaics have popped up anonymously in a number of large cities throughout the United States, with some being discovered as far away as South America. The strange messages frequently appear in the road at intersections or other high-traffic areas. The most commonly found message reads, Toynbee idea in Kubrick's 2001, resurrect dead on planet Jupiter. Many assume it's a reference to British historian Arnold Toynbee and the film 2001, A Space Odyssey. However, the part about resurrecting the dead on Jupiter is anyone's guess. Many Toynbee tiles mention something called the House of Hades, with one tile saying House of Hades tiles made from the ground bones of dead journalists, while another reads, House of Hades, one man versus American media and society. Some carry additional cryptic texts such as, murder every journalist. Okay, dear viewers and dear YouTube, I do not condone those last things he said at all. That was absurd. But I put that in there because I think, the person that's writing the mystery notes in Pennsylvania is influenced by this. You know, it's kind of the same deal, and that started in Philly. These weird tiles. I'm not sure what the purpose of resurrecting the dead on Jupiter would be. I'm not sure. You'd have to sit down and ask this guy a couple questions where he came up with that idea. It seems a little wild, and I'm pretty sure Jupiter is supposedly made out of all gas, so I don't know how that would pan out for a bunch of dead people. I don't know if that's good for dead people. I don't know. But it's interesting how this person went around and put all these tiles, and they started popping up nationwide and even in other parts of the world, kind of like these mystery notes being found in the food.
Rabies has never been shown to exist, right? But these dogs are getting shots for things that don't exist. Right. When you look at the studies of where rabies originally came from, it was from dogs who were coped up in cages and seeming to have gone mad because they were locked up in cages, and they were saying when they gave them a poke that they were fixed because of that. Think about that. So they have never even shown that rabies is actually existent. Those two books, The Contagion Myth and The Invisible Rainbow, go through every single thing. And as somebody said, yes, cats don't need that either. None of these animals need that. Nature, okay, like, let's just put it there. Nature existed before science, right? Nature was there, like it was doing its thing. Cats were just roaming around. Or if they were a pet cat, they were in somebody's house and whatever. They were just being fed, you know, the raw food diets and all these things. Like, they were just doing their thing. Now these animals are getting treated like experiments, right?
Sure.
And they're sticking them with all these things and all these poisons and giving them poisonous foods. And now the animals are having the same ailments as the humans because they're both getting the same types of things.
I mean, rabies exists, though. Of course it exists. I've seen dogs foaming at the mouth. I saw one run up the street. It was scary as hell. Like, you see this shit. As a matter of fact, I have another video coming up here about rabies.
Well, isn't it weird this is coming around again? And remember what they told you last time, that it was just such a theory? And that how could you possibly believe pizza was related to this? How stupid. Pretty pricey, though. Only one left and in 13 carts. Do you know who Etsy's new spokesperson is for the holidays?
Looking for gifts I co-created with inspiring independent sellers? Etsy has it. It's all about having an eye for things that are made with joy.
Yeah. In your face again.
I mean, you think someone would at least give an explanation. Like, yeah, we made a mistake. Or that price was a misprint. Or, doesn't Etsy sell like crafts? Why would there even be pizza on there, realistically? I mean, I don't know. You think someone would be like, hey, yeah, no, that was our bad. And also, besides them not doing that, you think they would? Why is John Legend even famous? I mean, I get it. He had like one song, but like, he's all over the place, and he's been for years and years and years. He had one big song. That doesn't happen for a lot of people. And then, you know, that Chrissy Teigen that he's married to, she likes a little pizza all over her face. So what's that all about? You got this John Legend everywhere. I don't know. Seems fishy.
Ghislaine Maxwell's father was a Mossad spy who named his empire Pergamon Press, which was a publishing company that often released medical journals and scientific research. If we analyze old religious scriptures, in them the term Pergamon is named as Satan's throne. The altar of Pergamon is where human sacrifices would take place for many gods, including Baal, Moloch, and Zeus. Her father also purchased McGraw-Hill textbooks in 1989, which is still used in North America today to teach our students. So this Mossad agent was controlling school education, medical journals, and scientific books, all under a company named after Satan's throne.
This is the whole school thing so shady at this point, because it is an indoctrination farm, so to speak. Ever since John Rockefeller decided to change the shape or the teachings of the universities and schools in the 1800s, early 1900s. You know, we don't need philosophers, we don't need thinkers, we don't need any of that. We need workers. So indoctrinate them into being workers. Now I don't even know what. They don't even need workers because they got robots. So who knows? That's pretty. That would need fact checked, not by like a fact checker that just lies to you. Like, I don't know. I don't know. By like maybe you right there. Let us know how if that's true down there.
I knew it. I just knew it. We are living on a farm, an energy farm. And we are the livestock. Scientists want to use people as antennas to power 6G. Oh, you son of a bitch.
This guy.
If you don't know, humans are light beings. We are light slowed down. They're going to be using something called Li-Fi. Not Wi-Fi, Li-Fi, which uses lights and sensors to broadcast its signal. And we're not just being used for antennas. 6G wireless technology could use humans as a power source. They are draining our energy. They are sucking our life. They are the true vampires. Using humans as part of the antenna system offers the most efficient way to harvest waste energy. In the process, humans could wear coiled copper. They're feeding off us, bruv. It's really happening. This is real.
Well, that's about the scariest thing I ever heard in my life. Like, what the hell? So they won't have to run wire anymore. They're just going to bounce it right through people. I'd be shocked if they weren't already doing something like that. I mean, we don't even really know. We don't really know. It's only been how many years since there's been radio waves from the Wi-Fi and the phones and this and that just floating everywhere all the time. We don't even know the effects from that. I'm sure they know. But things have gotten goofy ever since phones became a thing. I'm sure there's millions of reasons why. But you gotta wonder if all those radio waves frying your brain waves don't have something to do with it. And now they're just gonna avoid antennas altogether and just use us little goofballs.
Okay, first of all, fuck you, motherfucker!
We gotta get to the other side of the ice wall where it's safe.
Did you know the U.S. government injected people with plutonium? In the 1940s, the U.S. government conducted secret and unethical experiments under the Manhattan Project, injecting plutonium into 18 individuals, giving radioactive iron-containing vitamins to 800 pregnant women, and serving radioactive oatmeal to 73 disabled children. Many suffered severe health consequences, including cancer. One of the victims, Elmer Allen, had his leg amputated after a plutonium injection. Although not fully aware of the situation, Allen sensed something was wrong due to the constant presence of doctors. He reportedly remarked, "They guinea pigged me," before his passing. The program continued until late 1947, when patients were told they would receive a mysterious new substance for cancer treatment. After some of the patients died, they were dug up for further testing. In the 1970s, an investigation revealed the truth to all surviving patients, except one, as doctors deemed her too emotionally unstable to handle the information.
Dude, these people are so devious, dude. Even after you're dead, they're gonna dig you up and keep it going. Like, oh, let the man rest. No, we need to know more. They were doing so many experiments back in that little era of time right there, and probably way before, and right now probably way worse. But right in there's so many that have came out, you know, for whatever reason. They were giving Puerto Ricans some cancer. I learned about that. They were splashing some stuff out of the ocean onto San Francisco and in that area to see the effects of it. It's called Operation Ocean Spray, Ocean Wash. I forget. I don't know. I'll find something on that. There's a laundry list of them. There's no reason to go on. The MK Ultra experiments, and I didn't even know they made an MK Ultra movie just a couple of years ago. Dude, I'm telling you, watch the movie. It's literally just called MK Ultra, and obviously everyone knows that's true. It'll blow your mind, and there's no reason to think, oh, they just don't do that stuff anymore. No, there's a reason to think they just got better at covering that stuff up and took it all the way underground. So we should probably be more concerned realistically. I'm sure they just got better at it and got rid of the do-gooders that want to say anything. Well, that guy's a rat and he's going to tell on all of us. So they got rid of all that bullshit. Now it's just a bunch of people just like them that want to do those things. They even had, they made a remote control bull. Put some brainwave stuff in his head, a live bull. And it was, this dude bull fought this bull. Bull didn't even hit him. It ran up, boom. There's a video of it. Imagine what they're doing now if they were doing that in the 60s and 70s.
In the early 1980s, the U.S. government initiated a project called Low Light, which aimed to develop a device capable of enhancing human vision in low light conditions. The project was highly secretive, and the only participants were a group of children who were selected for their exceptional eyesight. The children were brought to a remote facility in the middle of the desert, where they were subjected to a series of tests and experiments. They were told that they were part of a special program to help the military, and they eagerly participated, unaware of the horrors that awaited them. As the experiments progressed, the children began to experience strange side effects. They reported seeing bright white flashes that occurred at random times and weird discoloration of specific objects, with some of the children's pupils beginning to change in shape and color. Despite these alarming developments, the government pushed forward with the project, determined to achieve their goal of creating a super soldier with enhanced night vision. However, as the months passed, it became clear that the children were not the only ones being affected by the experiment. Strange things began to happen in the surrounding areas, with reports of unexplained childlike shadows moving down popular streets, with some saying they saw children with orange eyes and a weird white powdery substance covering their face.
Oh no.
The government denied any involvement, but rumors persisted that the Low Light Project had somehow unleashed a malevolent force that took over the children's minds and bodies, with some children now stalking the desert. In the end, the true nature of Project Lowlight was never fully revealed, and the facility was shut down under mysterious circumstances, although the facility's location was never revealed. The children who had participated in the experiment were never the same, with some never being seen again.
So some were seen again? We need a Where Are They Now piece on where those kids are today. Any one of them, find them, and someone do an interview. Are you shitting me? Like what? I need to look that up immediately. It reminds you of the black-eyed kids. Not like, let's not be weird. You know, like the children they say that'll show up your doors with big black eyes and they're like, they don't know what they are. Spirits or, you know, something like that. They said they were wandering around. That kid had big old eyes. Maybe that's what the black-eyed kids are. Government experiments that are showing up at your door looking for a little help. Here we are thinking they're ghosting, kicking them out.
It's a nationwide cellular outage, and this is why.
If you're experiencing that, it may be a result of space weather, okay? I'm gonna do my best to explain what's going on. Let's go ahead and take a look. So there was a strong solar flare event that happened just after midnight, and they actually captured an image of it right here, okay? I had to look up this scale. I wish I knew everything about space weather. That's a whole different specialty. But R3, that's for radio communications, it's on a scale of 1 to 5, and 3 is pretty bad. That means it impacts radio communications for a few hours after this happens. And so right now that could be impacting some of our technology. And sadly, we're entering a solar maximum where we're gonna see more and more solar storms, solar flares, and it's never happened in this time of human history where we're relying on technology like we have never before. So interesting time. Hopefully they'll fix it, but the good news is at least when you're on Wi-Fi you should be able to still text and call people, right?
Some people couldn't.
There is an effect on radio. It peaked right after midnight, and there you go. A flare is an eruption of energy. You have these electromagnetic waves shooting towards the earth at the speed of light, so it's almost immediate impact on the light side of earth where the sun lights up, and so there you have it. We'll see. The ionosphere is protecting us from all this stuff, but
bullshit.
It can't interrupt radio communication.
Yeah, I'm sure most people don't believe any of that bullshit. Come on now. That looked like the fakest picture of space I ever seen. Well, they all look pretty fake, realistically. And most people do think they are all fake and CGI. So there is that. That was a test run about the power grid. Like, let's see how these little goofballs act if we take some of their cell phones away. And we will lose our minds if they take down their grid. Most people, I didn't really think about it, but like a lot of these youths, maybe some of yous, everywhere you go to use Google Maps. You're screwed. You're screwed. I don't even know what you can do. Call your mom. Oh, you can't call nobody. Oh my. I think that's what it was. Just testing the waters. We'll go ahead and mess with it. They keep talking about it. Keep talking about it. Little predictive programming. Drop a little taste in. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Next thing you know, oh, no one can do anything but survive on your own. Dun, dun, dun.
The Earth might be bigger than we thought. Let me explain. For years, people have debated whether the Earth is round or flat. But what if the Earth has 20 continents rather than 7, containing aliens, prehistoric animals, and advanced civilizations? According to a theory, these hidden continents are shielded by a giant ice wall in Antarctica, and the 7 continents we are living in is a giant farm or business created by the elites. What's even more crazy is that in the 1950s, governments signed a treaty stopping individual planes from flying over Antarctica.
That is true.
However, someone managed to sneak in, and what they discovered is insane.
Bunger leans forward in amazement. His eyes have caught a sudden and unbelievable change in scenery. The universal white has turned to chocolate brown, dotted with blue. A cameraman goes into action. 300 square miles of land without snow. Land that might be in New Mexico or Arizona. Pictures alone will prove Bunger has discovered a warm oasis in the shadow of the pole. It is for such supreme moments as this that men brave the hardships of exploration. The astounding, undreamed of fact is that they are over a chain of warm water lakes, whose shores, except for small patches, are free of ice and snow.
I'm pretty sure that wasn't somebody that snuck in. I think that was footage from Admiral Byrd's mission, if I'm not mistaken. I have to look into that, or somebody else can look into that. But that's the reason I put this video in there, because I talk about that all the time. I do think that's what's going on. I'm pretty sure that's where we're at with things. You know, they found that out way back when, like, oh, there's way more stuff over there. Let's not tell all those goofballs about it, because they're just going to screw it up. So they just sit over there and just look at us like, what a bunch of morons. Oh my god. Then they just do goofy shit like, you know, mess with the power grid and do whatever, because they don't care. They're just over there hanging out, having a good old time, eating pizza.
Yeah, well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man.
You gotta get out and vote. It's all about democracy, y'all. Your vote gets counted with the rest of the votes in the country, and they get sent off to the Electoral College. What's that? The Electoral College are a bunch of officials who do the voting for us. So in case we elect the wrong person, they can fix that shit. Whoa, hold up. What? Who the hell are these people? Well, no one knows for sure, but whoever they is, they the folks who actually do the real voting after we do our pretend vote. Yeah! Power to the people. Hold the on! You're telling me our votes don't matter? Our votes are like suggestions. So this November we should, dunk the vote!
Oh my goodness, is Key and Peele canceled for questioning elections? My goodness, something like that would never happen. They're suggesting that the voting booths are just suggestion boxes. I mean, it all seems like theater to me, you know, but hey, I'm crazy, so don't believe anything I say. I can't even believe that. I mean, that was back whenever, you know, you could say stuff joking. Now you can't. Whoa, oof. They would not put that on TV now. I'm pretty surprised that was even on. It's so funny though. It's funny. It's funny no matter what, you know. So, you know, make sure you get out to your suggestion booths this November and vote for Biden. Hey, why is that guy's car door open? Hey, you don't see punch bugs no more. Anymore. I'm pretty sure that's just someone that sped up it getting dark out. Put it in reverse, sped it. You know what? I don't know what it is. I don't know what happened. If that really happened, that is crazy. And whoever left their car door open is probably somewhere, because that looks like a shady neighborhood. And also, the first thing I thought was, black hole sun, won't you come?
This guy is already dead, he just doesn't know it yet. This is the first video that captures someone with rabies. If you're not aware, rabies is a virus that's spread through the saliva of infected animals. Once you're bitten, the virus will enter your body through your broken skin and infect your nerve cells. From there it will travel to its main destination, your brain, causing severe neurological changes such as abnormal and aggressive behavior. Once you start showing symptoms, you're already dead. This guy isn't actually afraid of water, but rather he is experiencing painful spasms that happen in his throat when he tries to swallow, making it look like he is scared of water. So, it's sad to know.
Yeah, I don't know what my boy back there was talking about, but rabies is scary as hell. You've seen that. It clearly exists. I mean, where it came from, whatever. But don't get rabies if you can avoid it, because that is so... You seen that little squirrel just... Come on, man. That is... That's too much. Rabies do exist, okay? How they go out there, here, there, wherever they're at, I don't know. But it's scary that they're here.
This is an American spy pigeon. It is equipped with an explosive device inside that is as powerful as a giant bomb. Next to it is a military-grade chip to process incoming information. Below the pigeon is a turbofan engine that can dive at a target if necessary. Above the engine is a fuel storage tank to power it. On the chest of the pigeon is a high-definition camera that it can take very clear pictures even at a great distance. The pigeon's head is equipped with a transmitter that transmits the information it's captured. It's watching a house. The house is home to one of the Soviet Union's top scientists. It's watching every move the scientist makes. It transmits the information it's captured through the satellite dish. The spy satellites in the sky pick up his messages and pass them on to the intelligence office on the ground. The intelligence officer synthesizes the information.
How's this
Once
guy
he
know all this
analyzes
shit?
it to the detriment of the U.S., he gives the order to attack. When the pigeon receives the order to attack, it would immediately start its jet engines and swoop down towards the scientist's house. The next day's newspapers carried a message. The scientist had been killed in a
What
fire.
newspaper did?
One of these pigeons had been captured.
No.
When it was disassembled, it looked like this.
I thought he was just giving us a hypothetic of how these spy pigeons could look like. And, you know, I'm sure you've heard the people talk about, oh, birds don't exist. They're all just drones or little cameras. Like, come on, bro. You've seen dead birds on the ground or wherever. They're not all cameras and drones, but it would make sense that some would be if you want to go spy on somebody. And he's talking about this story was real and this really happened and a house blew up and it was in the paper. That needs looked into. A couple houses did blow up recently, like back, not all in one group, down by Virginia. It was like a couple weeks apart, down kind of outside of DC, outside of DC in Virginia, where a lot of people that work in DC live. 2 different occasions I recall, not even that long ago, houses just boom, blew up. So it's probably somebody that knew a little too much. Probably had a little pizza on their face. Boom! I'm not saying the spy pigeon was involved, but maybe it was. Maybe it was. Hey, we making it out of Pennsylvania with this one. That is the video. Thank you for watching. If you never subbed to the channel, just go ahead and hit that sub button for me, please. If you liked the video, just hit like on the video. If you didn't like the video, just keep it moving, bro, because I don't want no beef with you. That's all, folks.